Hi everyone, this video is on the mixed exercise 12 question 19. So we have a curve with this equation and we want to find the coordinates of its local maximum. So as soon as you see a question that's about the local maximum or minimum, you should be thinking of the second derivative, because second derivative is the tool that allows us to determine if a stationary point is a local minimum or a local maximum. So we first need to find the first derivative because that helps us to find the stationary points of this curve. And once we have the stationary points, then we find a second derivative and use that to determine the nature of the stationary points. So dy by dx is equal to 3x squared minus 12x plus 9. And now we set this equal to 0 to find the stationary points. So we have 3x squared minus 12x plus 9 is equal to 0. We can divide the equation by 3. So we get x squared minus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. And this can be factorized to x minus 1 times x minus 3 is equal to 0. So the solutions are either x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 3. Now that we have the solutions, we can find the corresponding y coordinates just to have the stationary points. So when x is equal to 1, then y is equal to, so y is equal to 1 minus, we have 1 minus 6 plus 9, and that's just equal to 4. So let's write 4 here. Okay, then the next stationary point has x coordinate 3, then its y coordinate is equal to, and 3 cubed, which is 27, minus 6 times 3 squared, so that's 54, plus 3 times 9 again, so 27 again. So this point has y coordinate 0. Okay, so the two stationary points have the following coordinates, and now we should find a second derivative so that we can find the local maximum. So the second derivative is equal to 6x minus 12. And all we need to do now is just substituting each of the x coordinates of the stationary points into the second derivative equation. And if if that gives us a negative number, then that means that point is a maximum point, that is stationary point. But if we get a positive number, then that means that's a minimum stationary point. So let's try each of them. When x is equal to 1, then d squared y by dx squared is minus 6. So this is a maximum point. The next point, when x is equal to 3, then d squared y by dx squared is equal to 18 minus 12, which is 6. And this is a minimum point. So since the question is about the maximum point, the answer is simply the first stationary point, basically. The point 1, 4 is a maximum point. And that's the answer to this question.